Paul Mescal, as Lucius in Gladiator 2, discussed nerves on set and an interaction with Ridley Scott that calmed them. Mescal's physique in Gladiator 2 caused a stir, but he emphasized the support from Hollywood behind his transformation. Gladiator 2, directed by Ridley Scott, finally gets a first trailer showcasing Mescal's action talents as Lucius. Paul Mescal takes the lead in Ridley Scott's long-awaited Gladiator 2 as Lucius, a vicious warrior sold into slavery. While his character may be a no-nonsense badass, Mescal revealed that his first day on set was overwhelmed by nerves, until Ridley Scott stepped in. The first trailer for Gladiator 2 has finally given fans their first proper look at Lucius in the Colosseum, and showcased Mescal's action talents. Speaking to Capital FM, Mescal discussed working on the new movie and talked about his first day on set. Paul Mescal stars alongside certified A-listers like Pedro Pascal and Denzel Washington in Gladiator 2, and, as excited as he was to work with such talented actors, he was also incredibly nervous. The actor described his first day on set, and an interaction with Ridley Scott that, literally, slapped the nerves right out of him. Mescal explained, "I shot for a couple of weeks before Denzel, Washington. And Ridley, Scott, on the first day, came into my tent and slaps me on the back and goes, 'Your nerves are no good to me. Your nerves are no good to me.' And he was totally right, and that to me was like, there's no point. Of course, you're going to be nervous, but, weirdly, once you get out there, and you start getting into the mix with it, he's right. There's no point in waiting 25 years for an actor's nerves to get in the way of it. And, look, I take great pride in my work and how I approach it all. But it was nice to just receive that helping nudge along from Sir Ridley Scott." Of the first look photos that were released last week, one that caught a lot of fans' eyes was a topless photo that showcased the hard work Paul Mescal had put into the gym for the role. Whenever any new action or superhero movie is released, there's always an emphasis on an actor's physical transformation, which is usually backed by a lot of marketing telling people how they too can train and look like the actors in question. But Mescal was adamant against that approach. During the interview, Paul Mescal discussed his transformation for the film, and reminded audiences that he had the backing of a multi-billion-dollar Hollywood studio behind him. After the interviewer pointed out that young men will see the photos and may develop issues with their own body image, Mescal wholeheartedly agreed, explaining, "I think it's important to address the fact that, you've got to be careful within the context of this, exactly that point. I had the best trainer in the world. I had a studio and a production supporting me in all of this. And you want to provide a character and a template that allows people's imaginations to be activated. You have to make an audience believe that this is somebody who would survive the intense violence throughout the film." Gladiator 2 releases in U.S. theaters on November 22, 2024.